What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here, girl. We are down here, girl. I gotta get my posture right. Get your posture back right. Gotta get my posture right. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know you stopped by. We are down here to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. All right, so let's get our little incense going. Get our little incense going. This is cedar. I think that's cedar wood. Come on, cedar woods. We got a little cedar wood incense going. We got our mushroom coffee. We got our plant medicine. Come on, plant medicine. So we are down here, girl. I hope everybody is doing well. I had a good Mother's Day. I hope all the mothers and the mothers had a good Mother's Day. I had a great Mother's Day. We went to um Foodie Land at Cal Expo yesterday. It was so fun. We had such a great time. We were there for like, I want to say like maybe four 4 hours. We were there for a long time. Just going through all the little food vendors, the little people selling merchandise and stuff like that. It was fun. We had a really good time. Ate all the fun stuff. Skewers, and I love a skewer, girl. Skewers. They We had these little ahi tacos, but the shell was a seaweed piece of seaweed. So ahi tuna tacos with seaweed shells. They had sushi pizza, but we didn't get it. They were so the pieces. It was just like a slice of pizza, but it was sushi, but a pizza. They looked so good. We had macaroons, we had cheesecake, strawberry shortcake cheesecake. It was like a piece of cheesecake with strawberry, like like a shell over it, and then strawberry cheese. You know the strawberry shortcake ice creams. Yes, over the cheesecake. It was so good. Oh my god, so good. Then we had a lot of good food. I'm gonna make a little reel because we took a picture of everything. My sons want to take pictures of everything we eat. My son had this lobster um, Alfredo with the cheese. They were doing the cheese, had the cheese wheel with the pasta and the lobster. It was so good. Yeah, we had a good time. We had a good time. It was a perfect day. The weather was perfect. It was like breeze. It was like 77 degrees. The weather was so perfect. It even started getting cold at one point. Um, when we were about to leave. It was good. A lot of people there. Yeah, we had a good time. We had a good time. I'm trying to think. Oh, and then we had our little caricature drawn. It was so cute. It was so. Oh my god, it was so cute. It was so cute. I thought I shared a picture. I shared the picture, but the entire picture is me and my sons. And so on each, of course, on each side of me, of course. It's so cute. It is the cutest little thing. We've already hung it up. It's so cute. So, anyways, but yeah, so we had a good time. I hope everybody had a wonderful Mother's Day. Everybody who has took care of a child. I don't care what it is. Happy Mother's Day. So yeah, so we are down here. I hope everybody had a restful day, peaceful day. I hope everybody had a really good day. Shout out to the mothers, honey, the gatekeepers of all this shit. All right, so let me make sure my nose is clean while I'm up in your face talking. So anyway, so we had a good time. So let's get into the review, y'all. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know that you stopped by, girl. So last night's episode of Atlanta was really good. Okay, I was very much interested, but I did not take any notes. I just tweeted about it so we can just have a casual conversation about it. We don't need to go scene by scene by scene, but we can kind of go scene by scene by scene. And hopefully, my tweets help me jog my memory of the episode. All right, I'm gonna just read you my tweets. Okay. Okay, the first scene was with Kelli and her daughters. I don't know if they were cooking something or making something, but my tweet says Kelli's oldest daughter looks just like her. My goodness. I mean, like, I know people have been saying it, but I haven't really been seeing it. People have been saying it, but last night when they put that picture on her face, I was like, Kelly's daughter looks just like her. So apparently, and the other daughter, her oldest daughter, is by a different man, and they actually have a good co-parenting relationship. She said they're kind of like brothers and sisters. He's like family. I guess that's what Porsha was be trying to say that Dennis is like brothers. They so close, they like brothers and sisters. Yeah, it does sound weird, but I understand what you mean. Like it's like there's we're close enough to where even whatever he does with anyone else, I'm so far removed romantically from that person. He's like a brother. That's what I think people really mean when they try to say that, even though it sounds very much weird. Like you just saying that you had a baby with your brother, girl. But no, I think it's like where it's so far, it's so familiar that it's removed, so far removed from a romantic interest in the person. So they get along great. I think she was complaining about her grades. I think she had a couple of B's, and her father, I guess, is an overachiever. I'm not sure, but that's what it sounded like. And then the other daughter, the little daughter, she looks like her ex husband, her what's his name, Chavallo. I think that's the nigga's name is Chavallo. Chavallo. All right, Chavallo. Chavallo is like a little Chavallo. It's like it's Spanish. It's like a little like a little punk, like a little Chavallo. Like it's like a little kid, like a little, that's what Chavallo is. That's his name, anyways. But the other little girl looks just like him, but she's cute though. Chastity is her name. She has the same face as her daddy, but she's a cutie pie. That's what I said. So then the next scene is Shamea goes and meets with Ralph Pittman, Bullet Head, Ralph Pittman. Super Mario Brothers bullet head, Ralph Pittman. Ever since somebody said that his head is shaped like a bullet, Super Mario Brothers bullet, girl, I haven't been unable to see it. Like you did not have one of those little helmets. Your mother didn't give a fuck about you. She should have had one of them little helmets on. You, them little plastic helmets, little foam helmets that they put on the little babies' heads to make sure their heads are shaped. Hmm. When you spend too much time in the canal. So when Shamea greets Ralph with a hug and a kiss, girl, I was like, oh, I didn't know they were that familiar. And then she said they did a podcast together. So she was on the podcast with him and Todd, and who was the other person? I remember they tried to do a podcast. How many episodes did it have? Like two? How many episodes? Her medicine comes today. You know, Maxine's she's a little under the weather, but she's fine. Like her mood and stuff is fine. She's just a little under the weather. Anyways, I said, so if you don't have a problem meeting up with Ralph, then you shouldn't have a problem with Drew meeting up with Dennis. So she meets up with Ralph to talk about he wants to do another podcast. I thought it was weird that Drew acted like she didn't know that he had a podcast. I thought that was actually weird. But anyway, so it's in the scene. It is Shamila and Dennis. I mean, Ralph. And they're sitting there and he's talking about he wants to get a podcast together. But before he starts talking about that, he starts talking about his situation with Drew. And he basically says that he proposed to her at 3 months. He married her at 5 months. She was pregnant at 8 months into the relationship. So before a year on their relationship, Drew was already with child. That, you know what's so crazy? It sounded like he loved bombed her. That actually sounded like my relationship with the boy's father. It was very quick. And the women call it a whirlwind romance. You can hear Shamea when he was explaining how he was explaining how fast they got together in their timeline. And as he was talking, they were kind of talking, had overlapping, not talking over each other, but it was overlapping. And he was saying, yeah, we got married after I proposed after 3 months. We got married after 5 months, and she was pregnant at after 8 months. It literally sounds like let me see. Yeah, it was very, very fast. Yeah, I think everything happened for me within about 6 months. Yeah, and it didn't last. It didn't last as long as this shit. It lasted a year and a half, 3 years, but technically, in me and him in like proximity to each other, a year and a half. And it was like girl, I'm not. I don't like I said. You see the way that I think when I'm down here joking, right? When people show you who they are, believe them. Y'all be think like it'd be half jokes, like it's entertaining, but I'm for real. Like that's the reason why. For me, I understood. Oh, this is not these type of men. You don't want to be in relationship with them because they will drive you. I would definitely be on Snapped. I would because I'm not going to not fight back. Hold on. Girl, is this not charging? It's not. Hold on, girl. We should be good now. It wasn't plugged in. The little notification said the battery was low. I was like, wait a minute, girl, no. Okay, so let me get back. So he said he proposed to her in 3 months, married her in 5 months, and she was pregnant in 8 months. And I said, straight out of a narcissist playbook. It sounds like she was love bombed. It sounds like she was love bombed. And because and this is what I said. This is what I was saying. When he was explaining this to Shamea like overlaps his conversation. She was like, "Oh yeah, it was a whirlwind romance." And he says, I said, Ralph said, I really didn't get an opportunity to really know her, while simultaneously, Shamila is calling it a whirlwind romance. And then he finishes his statement with, who she's becoming, I don't like. I said, that means he's annoyed that he can't control her anymore. That's what that means. I can't control Drew anymore. And you know what? And it puts you guys at a disadvantage. And I'm sorry to say, but when you're in the church, it really puts women at a disadvantage to gather their things and go, because people are going to encourage you to stay in your marriage, even though you're literally in a relationship with somebody you should not be in a relationship with. And then they'll call it fighting for your marriage, right? No bueno. That's not good. I said, while she's sitting across from Ralph, Shamea is agreeing with him that it was inappropriate that Drew met with Dennis. She says it's inappropriate. She's sitting across from Ralph, saying that it was inappropriate for Drew and Dennis to be in connection with each other. And this morning, I saw, I think it was on the Neighborhood Talk, they posted the video for Delulu, Drew's song, and the video is so cute. It's like a little animation, AI animation type situation that looked like it's going on, but it's very cute. And it's like is reminiscent of her being on Housewives and her getting some fame. And this animation that looks like Ralph is sitting in the living room mad with his eyebrows concaved and he's so upset. It's such a cute video. And for anybody to think that it was so inappropriate for Dennis and Drew to come together, and then they actually produce something like this, like they weren't in there playing, they were actually working. And then let's keep going. I said, while she's sitting across from Ralph, Shamea is agreeing with him that it's inappropriate that Drew met with Dennis. I said, she's so musty, and it's about to get mustier when the village slut rolls through. All because Porsha can't read. Shamea doesn't have a brain on her own, and Ralph is looking for anything to harass Drew in court. Was the podcast even discussed? Two past and present whores. Shout out to Kat. I'm reading the comments underneath my tweet. But yeah, she sat across from him and was like, it was inappropriate. I mean, like talking, I was like, really? Like, are y'all that familiar to be talking about this lady's marriage? Like, I thought that was weird. Did anybody else think that was weird? I didn't know Shamea and Drew were that close for Shamea to like. I feel like that was an example of an inappropriate meeting with somebody's husband. Like that what Shamea did and Porsha did. I feel like that is an example of inappropriateness. You understand what I'm saying? First of all, you didn't tell her that you were meeting with Ralph. You say that you're not going to tell her that you were meeting with Ralph because you have a previous relationship. Fine. Okay, that's fine. But now you're meeting with Ralph, and now the conversation is about Drew. And ironically, this is what Porsha was trying to avoid with Dennis and Drew. Them sitting across from each other and Drew asking Dennis a bunch of questions on camera. Except Porsha is doing it. You know how Porsha likes to project everything that she actually is and say that it's someone else? Well, this is what's happening right here, right? The very thing that she did not want Drew and Dennis to do, she is demonstrating the behavior she did not want performed on her. She's doing it to someone else. And this goes all the way back to Porsha can do whatever the fuck she wants to do, but everybody else around her, she has to maintain control of whatever story they're telling because she has a delusion to uphold. I I if I wish that I was a professor in psychology, I would use this woman as a example. I would use it as an example for women and their behavior, women in friend groups and their behavior, and that archetype, because she's not only this ditzy, pretty, she like, I get away with being pretty and ditzy. She's also diabolical and conniving. She's a little bit dangerous. And but you can literally see how they did that, and it was so crazy. I love that they did that in the episode. Well, where Porsha starts talking and they put a little halo around her. I'm gonna try and find it. They put a little halo around her, and I was like, yes,
The good side of Porsha and the good deeds. I probably
this is what everybody's problem is. You are in effect being affected by the halo effect, where you see a woman who is nice on the eyes, she's literally has everybody like doo 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 doo, but the people are waking up. I see the people in the comments like ugh. But you know how women act when it comes to marriage, especially black women, when it comes to like marriage. Even though we have a lot of Portias and Shameas running around, and then you have the women like Angela. I don't know what Angela was because Drea said everybody was a hoe until they got a wedding ring. Right, because I see the people running around saying that Porsha wants Shamea's life. Shamea literally just pulled the lever down and hit the jackpot because she pulled it down the first time and was only married a year, right? Same type of vibe, African dude, but he was too much and he physically abused her. And she got out of that relationship. Kudos to her. She pulled the lever again and it lined up 777, bitch. And she hit the motherfucking jackpot. But please trust Thelma and Louise, they was riding around Southwest Atlanta trying to figure it out together. You understand? These are two birds flocking and fucking together. That's the reason why Shamea don't want to back too far away from Porsha, because she knows how conniving she is and just how she sat there with Phaedra. And while Phaedra said that while Shamea was engaged, said that Shamea was fucking the Burrises down to the dungeon, they fucking. And yeah, she got a relationship with both of them, girl. But you don't understand how your friend doesn't want to talk behind your back. She sat there and allowed a woman to start a rumor about you. We gonna get on Shamea in a second, because like I said, Louise, Thelma, and Louise. That's Thelma and Louise. It's Porsha and Shamila. Horsha, Horsha, and Shamila. Yeah, running around Atlanta trying to figure it out. Porsha's still running around Atlanta trying to figure it out, trying to find a fool that she can retire off of. Girl, please. When I tell you that fucking train is leaving the station, I said, so Shamea is saying she called Porsha to be a witness to meeting with Ralph. Because what? Two married hussies can't meet with a man and have corroborating stories? What type of stupid logic is this? Shamea said she invited Porsha to sit down with her meeting with Ralph so there can be a third party witness. Girl, what?
I'm gonna do is be the person that Ralph went off with when he disappeared. I'm not that girl.
Because you will lie for her. She may not lie for you. We haven't seen Porsha uphold Shamea at all, ever. I have never seen it. Porsha said yesterday, I vouched for her. When? Okay, girl. All right, let's keep going. I'm gonna keep going. So Porsha shows up while Shamea and Ralph are sitting there. Ralph gives Porsha a hug. They scratch the record. Porsha said she didn't know Ralph was gonna be there. Ralph in his no shirt confessional with a blazer on, looking like a fucking bouncer down at the Century Club in 1999. Girl, you look a mess. You look a fucking mess. And I'm so glad. I know when it's so funny, like when you break up with somebody and you see them and you be like, ugh, how the fuck, why the fuck, who the fuck, and what the fuck was I thinking? Because he is so corny, sitting there with a blazer on and no shirt underneath, girl. It's so ugly. It is such a mess. Anyways, he's sitting there and he says that he didn't know Porsha was going to be there. Porsha says she didn't know Dennis was going to be there. But Shamea says she brought Porsha to meet with her and Ralph. I keep calling him Dennis. Her and Ralph, because she needed a witness. Girl, please. I said, if you ask me, the season of RHOA is a Ronnie Ho quote edition. And then you see, as soon as I see, I'm watching this in real time and tweeting in real time. And did you see how Porsha hopped out of that car when she got to Angela's rental property? She looked like a, extra out of Players Club. She sure did. I said, come on, Ronnie Ho quotes. Yes, that's Ronnie right there. Ronnie Williams. Porsha Ronnie Williams, girl. Ronnie Ho quotes. Then Porsha, she's saying, I didn't meet with I didn't know Ralph was gonna be there. I was just going to get something to eat. And then in her confessional, the subtitle says audio guy laughing. And she directs something to she said, you know what I'm talking about? To the audio guy. And then she goes full of shit like that. She said something was full of shit. You're full of shit, ma'am.
Right, Doug? Full of
And you are full of shit because at the later in the episode, you tell us again that you're a piece of shit. That's what I'm saying. When people tell you who they are, believe them. You understand what I'm saying? Believe them. So Shamila tells Porsha that Drew said that she can send Pilar to college as a joke. Why is Porsha, who didn't see Drew emote, how Drew emoted, act like she said it with an attitude and stank? Now, I need to go back and see how Shamea brought it to Porsha, because it didn't sound like it was a stank attitude. It sounds like when Porsha tells Ralph, yeah, she was over there talking about saying that, oh, I could send Pilar to college. She did not say that. You can tell she was joking. And then when Shamea took offense to it and tried to correct it, Drew says, well, maybe you can buy her some snacks. It was a joke. She was joking. But the way that they are doing this project, probably so. She could have a little money added to the bank. Oh, anyways, let me shut up. No, I said I do not like Porsha. Yuck. What is the comment underneath that says this? On the after show, Shamea said that she took Drew's college comment as a dig and carried it back to Porsha as such. Now, what Drew said was weird, but it wasn't a dig. I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny that Drew was like, girl, you so worried about me and Dennis working together. What we got going on, honey, we doing it so well, we might be able to send Pilar to college. That was a joke. I don't even think it would. Why was she shit? She's talking about my child, girl. Shut the fuck up. When I tell you that she talking about my child, shit irks my nerves. She's talking about my child. She's not. She didn't say nothing. I was down here talking about your child when I said that the vocabulary. I'm trying to see how many words the little mama got in the vocabulary. Because I seen 4-year-olds with a mouth bigger with more vocabulary words than what I've seen demonstrated. I was talking about the child, but I'm concerned about the child. Now, I feel like the child is actually acquiescing to her environment. And it seems like the environment, she might be walking on eggshells. Like I said, she might be either creating another little narcissist or a little empath. It depends. But one is being molded and created and cultivated over there in that home, especially with Diana as the grandmama. Girl, ugh.
It was gone.
Let me just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep. I just have to go in the bush and weep.
Good luck to Pilar. Porsha is sitting there with Ralph. Now they're sitting at the table. They've ordered up some drinks and they're sitting down at the table. And Porsha starts asking Ralph who filed for divorce first. Like literally, that came out of her mouth. Yes, y'all. She asked Ralph who filed for divorce, then asked him why did he file for divorce. Then he says out of his mouth she had an affair with Ty. And then they go, oh. And then she says, did you ever cheat? This is Porsha talking to Ralph. Did you cheat? Did you ever smell another woman? Have you ever sniffed another woman? This is her. She's eating. She has something in her mouth. Did you ever sniff another woman? This is her fork. She's doing like that, talking to Ralph. I said, oh, is that what you didn't want? Are you demonstrating what you didn't want Drew to do with Dennis?
Have you ever sniffed another woman?
Yeah, of course.
Where'd you sniff her at? Porsha, honestly, take a smile.
While you are over here, pulls out her phone and shows Ralph and Shamea a text message from Dennis saying that he declined, get this girl, that he declined fucking Drew and that he wanted his money instead. That she basically was acting as a prostitute and decided that she was going to fuck Dennis in exchange for this project.
Dennis sent me a text message the other day, and he says, I told Drew I wouldn't F her and run me my money.
Wait a minute, let me see this.
And he declined, the village whore that has the Declaration of Independent Bitches on his back, a tattoo of all the bitches he's fucking down, a roster on his back. The village whore, the hot dog man who likes to put his hot dog in anything that'll say yes. Yes, he declined. After Drew, this is Porsha, what she's saying. Drew offered her cootie cat to Dennis in exchange for this project. Open the head! But you don't want Drew talking to Dennis. Like I said, I hope she was upside down with her pussy at the microphone and Dennis had his face in it like a bowl of soup, like he was at a goddamn pie eating contest. Do you hear me? I hope he was in that studio eating her like he was trying to win a pie eating contest, bitch. I hope so. Because if you gonna put a rumor out about me fucking your baby daddy, I'ma fuck him. I'ma fuck him. Yeah. So you want the rumor to be true? You want to start a rumor? I'm gonna make it true, bitch. I'm gonna really have your ass sliding up and down the wall. Sure will. Porsha, y'all don't get her back. Angela's doing a good job though. Angela's really doing a good job. I think Angela is the MVP and the Rookie of the Year. Porsha ain't doing shit. Kenya is gone. Angela's really stepped up. Do the world know about that baby though? You gonna get it. So Angela and Kelli meet up at Angela's house. She's a house that she's renovating and going to put on the market. So she's showing Kelli around. As she's showing Kelli around, they're talking. They sit down after a while and start talking about the situation. Angela says that she doesn't appreciate that Kelli didn't say anything to Porsha, and she wanted to know, like what was up with that, why you didn't say anything. She said she apologized for that, for saying, "Does Charles know? Do you know about that baby doll?" Here she go. Girl, you know how many times I watched that last night? I thought that was so funny. So she did admit that Charles cheated. I said, so Charles did cheat and they took a break. That was around the time of the Madison Square Garden thing. She felt like he might have cheated because he needed some validation.
Girl, stop.
I don't know. There's no excuse for pulling your pants down. Your dick go from like this to this, no matter how it got there, whether it was pulled, twisted, bopped, whatever it was. You took your dick out. I don't know what the cheating. I don't know. I don't know how the cheating was. It could have been emotional cheating. I don't know. It could have been financial cheating. I don't know. I don't know. It's financial cheating when you're getting another broad money. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but they took a break, she said. So Charles did cheat. He did not have a baby on her. She straightened that up as well. She said that Wendy got the story wrong. She assumed it was Charles, but it was her previous partner who had the baby on her. She thought it was Charles. Wendy told the story. It even ran in the blogs, but Angela's here to straighten it up. I believe Angela. I believe her. I don't believe that Charles had a baby on her. I do believe, like she admitted, that he cheated on her and they took a break. And she said, the storybook romance that we grew up believing, it just does not exist. So whatever you think is going to happen is not. That's not how any of this works. And I really think that a lot of women, like, you need to arm your daughters with the truth, the romance, the songs, the romantic songs, the romantic movies. That's not how it goes. I also watched Forever. We're going to talk about that on another video, but it's just forever. It's like, girl, no, it doesn't. Nothing is forever. No. And I loved at the end where he said, maybe the forever that we're supposed to remember each other forever, not be with each other forever. Maybe our relationship is meant for us to remember forever. I thought that was a great, like, bow tie on the whole little thing. Anyways, so Shamea told Angela and Drew about her issues with Porsha. And Porsha didn't want that Porsha didn't want her to be a part of something. And so Angela is carrying the bone everywhere. She's doing Sheree's job and Kenya's job. Do you hear me? That's why I said she's an MVP and the motherfucking rookie of the year. She's carrying the bones, telling everybody. And then when she went back to Porsha and told her about what Shamea said, she told her, and I shared this with Kelli. I'm letting you know that me and Kelli already talked about this, and now I'm telling you. Shamea has shared with me and Drew that she has some issues about y'all relationship. Kelli was like, I don't know if you want to get involved in that. Well, girl, you're not getting MVP or rookie of the year. You're getting class pet of the season. That's what you're getting of the season. Kelli, you better get your shit together. I think when we see Kelli at the reunion, we're going to see a different Kelli with a different level of awareness. And I hope it comes out at the reunion. Because I think all of her steps here, she kind of misstepped. She's that employee that came in and is trying to be cool with everybody, but trying to stay out of it at the same time. Like, ooh, girl, you need to stay out of Shamea and Porsha's relationship. No, we're not staying out of it. Shamea's running around talking shit. I'ma let Porsha know she running around talking shit. So whatever she's saying, she's talking. And I don't like what Shamea did at that little boudoir event. The sheets soiree, girl. The sheets soiree. Whatever it was, they don't want the viewer to know. Porsha didn't want Shamea involved in, and it was actually the show, because in that scene, if you go back and listen to the audio, to the voice editing, when Angela said she didn't want Shamea involved in, and then they garbled it out. You cannot understand what she said at all. I don't even think a closed caption could pick it up.
I don't think Porsha really truly wanted her to be a part of her.
Are you serious?
Dead ass.
Shamea has been married for 10 years and has not had a conversation with Porsha about how she felt that she didn't come to her wedding. I said, I guess. I feel like Shamea, like I said to someone else, she's choosing her battles with Porsha because she knows how conniving Porsha is. And she knows that Porsha, like the same way Porsha sat there while her friend was engaged, right? Somebody said it. Like Shamea and Porsha had a pact when they were teenagers. Like, we gonna get us a rich nigga. We gonna marry us a rich motherfucker out here. We gonna be taken care of by the time we 40. Like they had a little pinky swear pact. And Shamea is doing it. And Porsha is jealous. And every step of the way, she's gonna do whatever she can to put a hurdle in front of it. If I can sit there with Phaedra and say that Shamea is fucking Candy and Todd while Shamea is engaged, and then also not go to her wedding, so those like are major things. I don't know, something else. She walked up with getting this Rolls Royce, jumped in the back seat. Bitch, I ain't even been in the back seat yet. Hold on, what the fuck are you doing? I think that Shamea and Porsha, of course, since they've known each other since middle school, know where the bodies are buried. And so Shamea's like, I don't really want to get into a fight with her for real because she's a conniving bitch. And she don't care how she looked. Like Tiana Taylor said about Iman, she don't care how she looked. But if she can make me look bad, she will do it. And Porsha is that type of broad. You see the way she sat there and started asking Ralph a bunch of questions about Drew. I thought that was crazy as hell. I really did. I was like, oh, that's what you don't want Drew and Dennis to do. Got it. So I think Shamea does like choose her battles like that. It's just like, I don't really want to get into it with her. I'm not going to even bring it up. And I don't know why Porsha keeps leaving the scenes. I don't know if she just doesn't have the emotional intelligence. I don't know what's going on, but getting up, putting a fan in front of your face, not showing yourself crying or fake crying. I don't know what you're doing over there. I don't know what she's doing. I guess that's why Phaedra was called in. Girl, I don't know. I said, I'll tell you one motherfucking thing. Angela Oakley is actually filling Kenya's shoes in terms of keeping shit stirred up. Clearly, the other seasoned employee is doing a horrible job after production stupidly let the top performer go. Rookie and MVP of the season is Angela Oakley. Period. Angela needs to be, I feel like I don't know who it's going to be in the first two seasons, but I feel like it's going to be, Shamea and Porsha are going to be on opposite sides. Definitely. And I feel like everybody who is in a bind with Porsha is going to be on that side. So it's going to probably be Shamea, Angela, Drew, and it's probably going to be Kelli on that side. Kelli might be on the other side with Shamea, but it's going to definitely be Brisket, Porsha, and Cynthia might be over here too, because Cynthia's been very much coddling Porsha. I don't understand it. You kicked her in the pussy once before, a girl. Anyway, and you the one that told her, look real deep. Remember when she said your husband was down there fucking people to pay them? Yeah, remember that? I ain't forgot. Anyway, I fast forwarded through Brisket's scene. All I saw was Mike's body going from skinny in the previous seasons to looking like he's been on a stay-at-home order during the panorama. I didn't understand the difference in his body. Looks completely different. But anyways, I didn't hear nothing they had to say. I literally fast forwarded. So Porsha shares with Ralph that Drew offered to fuck Dennis in exchange for her project. And Dennis declined and said, run me my money. Another Ronnie Ho quote, run me my money. That's what it's giving. And that's what I said, Ronnie Ho quote. And when Porsha got out of that car and at Angela's house, and she got out and she had slathers of baby hair lying on her forehead, how she lies to everybody else, and then two balls on her head, like looking like a fucking, she said a Powerpuff Girl and Serena Williams, but you've given Ronnie. Yes, Ronnie from Ronnie and Trix, like Thelma and Louise. That's Ronnie and Trix down there to Real Housewives of Atlanta. I said, Dennis, the village whore, is telling Porsha that Drew wants to fuck him, and he declined and responded with, run me my money. Porsha is really telling this lie on Drew based on a text. And I said, how come they won't show the text? Why won't they show the text? This text message that Dennis sent you to tell you that Drew offered him some pussy and he said, run me my money. I want to see the text. I don't believe nothing that fucking liar says. Angela says that this is okay. So, Angela and Porsha are at Angela's house. And this is what Porsha is sharing with Angela, that Drew is offering pussy booty for beats. That's what Angela said. Come on, booty for beats.
Booty for beats.
I said, Porsha lies like her baby hair. Girl, when has Porsha ever vouched for Shamea? She says that she has vouched for Shamea. She says she's vouched for her before. When? I would like to see that. I would really like to see it. And I would really like to know that. I need somebody to get in the comments and let me know when Porsha has vouched. I would even challenge the blogs to get into to make a post and say, when has Porsha ever vouched for Shamea that we've ever seen? And I bet you the comments be empty as fuck. Crickets, tumbleweeds as big as that rump Porsha's dragging back there. Girl, shaped like a motherfucking S. Shout out to Porsha, girl. She looked a mess. And then she started crying. She said, Shamea thinks, your relationship is a little lopsided. She's not getting back what she's giving to you. She expressed that, you didn't come to her wedding. She's expressed some issues about your relationship. Porsha puts the fan over her face, and Angela's like, are you okay? It cuts to Porsha crying all of a sudden with the fan over her face and not showing what she started crying about, nothing.
Porsha. Sorry.
And they get up and the scene is over. I was like, is this why the fuck they call? Wow, girl, what's going on? I don't understand it. I don't understand. I was like, why does she keep running out of scenes? She running out another scene next week with Shamea. Why do you keep running out of scenes? I knew you when you didn't have any teeth in the back. I knew you when your car was repoed down in the Home Depot parking lot, girl. Porsha has plenty of teeth in the back. She got enough for you and you and you. She got plenty of teeth in the back, so we ain't got to worry about that. But you keep running out of scenes, and I don't like it. And I'm like, how the fuck are you a seasoned employee here and you running out of scenes? And the other seasoned employees, when I tell you, girl, and honestly, they didn't need to bring Phaedra in. I don't know what they thought they needed. They needed maybe to bring something out of Porsha. But Angela is doing a great job sitting with everybody, saying what the other person said about the other one. We are a friend group, quote unquote friend group. But if we talking about each other to each other, I'm going back to the person that you're talking about, and I'm telling them what you said. And then we're going to get you together, both of y'all together, and we're going to talk about it. That is a television show. And that's what Angela is doing. Porsha is trying to avoid the conversation. So she can't even keep the shit. She can't even do it. She's not the girl that y'all think she is. That halo that they put on her in her confessional, I said, that's a perfect picture. Because y'all are really mesmerized. But I like never trust a big butt and a smile. Girl, that girl is poison. Girl. She starts crying. It's overwhelming and it's frustrating. What? That people are asking you questions about your relationship? You're on a reality show.
Oh my gosh, you really hurt.
Just exhausted.
So Drew and Angela sit down they're showing flashbacks. It was Drew, Angela, and Kelli, and they had a conversation about Drew. No, Drew was saying that she didn't know. Okay, so Angela was telling her that Drew and that Ralph met with Porsha, with Thelma and Louise. Right, with Ronnie and Trix. So when Ralph sat with Ronnie and Trix, Angela went back and told Drew that they met about a podcast. And Drew was like, I didn't even know he had a podcast. I don't believe that. There's no way you didn't know that Ralph had a podcast. I don't believe that. I don't know what he's doing down in that basement. Girl, that's what she said. It was funny, but you should know what he's doing down in that basement. Girl, you should know. When they get to the little sheet soiree, Drew looks so cute. Angela they all look nice in their little lingerie. You see what Kelli got her cheeks out. She stayed with her ass out.
I am releasing.
I tell you, she didn't have her ass out this entire season. Go back. Somebody needs to do a montage of Kelli with her ass out for the reunion. She didn't have her ass out the entire season. Please run it back so we can see it, girl. I love a little boudoir party. I love the theme of the party, like a little boudoir, get the girls comfortable, a little sexy boudoir, and then do a little sister circle, a little cleansing. But I feel like it's all good. Have the girls, getting massaged by the men and having their feet massaged, a little appetizer, a little, aphrodisiac stuff, then go in the next room, and then, release some stuff and this and that. I thought it was a cute little party. It was for Porsha's microfiber sheets, them burlap sheets she be selling down to the Amazon. There's anybody out there watching, have anybody ever purchased Porsha sheets? Please get down in the comments and give it a Yelp review. I would like to know. They said that they're microfiber. Not me, girl. Thank you. Shout out to Funky Dineva. Not me, girl. No, thank you. I'm good with the bamboo sheets. Thank you very much. So y'all tell me what Porsha's thread count down there is. I don't know what's going on, but let me know. But she's having a party. She did trick them into a photo shoot to promote her sheets. They had a photo shoot. She put everybody in the photo shoot and then was like, here, give me the sheets. Give me the sheets. I would have said, and what percentage am I getting of this from your sheets? I'm not helping you sell no sheets. Drew's contract with Go Naked Hair, or their relationship, was dissolved. Drew confirmed it, and so did Porsha confirmed it. She said ain't no more Go Naked with Drew. I said, oh, really? Okay. So then they're having a little soiree. They're getting together. The girls are going off to the side. Some are getting massages and eating. Every time I looked at Cynthia, her plate was full. I said, I love it. I love to see a plate piled up. Girl, your low vibrational plate. She was like, girl, I don't know what's going on. What's going on down there? What? She said, what? Cynthia's like, girl, I love being a friend. I'm here for the group trips, the food, and the trips. Okay? The group scenes, yes, I'm here for that. I'm here to eat. I'm here for the trips, and that's it. Don't you love being a friend, Cynthia? You don't have to tell your business, and you could just sit up there and eat and watch a girl. When I tell you Cynthia is useless this season, girl, why are you here? Cynthia's just like, and girl, what? And what was said, girl? And what?
Is this like, I don't do promo for the sheets? Or is this for our Instagram?
I don't know.
Cynthia did have her Bailey cue. So Drew said, are these shots for Porsha, or does she expect us to promote her sheets when they post the images? Now, Porsha has them all standing in front. They all taking a picture, and then she puts the sheets right in front and sits it down. I definitely would have said, while we were taking the pictures, are we getting paid for this? Are we the sheet ambassadors? I would have said, it would have been a snide comment. I would have said it. I would have said it. I would have said it. Are we the brand ambassadors? What are we doing here, girls? How much are we getting for this? Because I didn't sign up for this. Don't put your sheets in front of me here. She's having a sheet party, I guess, girl. Whatever, girl. What did y'all think about that? What did y'all think about how she snuck them in? Drew caught it. I said, okay, Drew. Cynthia was like, girl, I don't know. I didn't even think about it. I'm just here to eat, girl.
This like, I don't do promo for the sheets. Or is this for our Instagram?
I don't know.
Are we ambassadors?
Angela was walking around fanning herself with a plastic plate.
I was a little disturbed.
She looked incredible. I said, get her a proper fan, please. So they all go into the next room to do it like a little sister meditation bowl sound bath. Lauren is there facilitating with another woman, and they're all sitting in like a semicircle. They all looked pretty in their like little they're over their little robes. They had their robes on. It was very frilly, but very cute. Wherever they ordered them from, it was very cute. I thought it was a cute little event. I thought it was. Besides the sheets and stuff like that, I thought like the, like having people being pampered and then going in there and then like doing a little, sound healing meditation. So as they start the meditation, they say, lay down, you feel safe. Once you feel safe, close your eyes. Everybody's laying down, putting eye pillows on. Shamea stays standing up, sitting up, and she's just looking around. And they're going through it. And then Kelli, she's a little, I don't know if she has ADD. I don't know what's going on, but she moves around a lot. And she took her little eye patch off to look around, and she saw that Shamea was still sitting up. So she gets over there and her little cheeks moving down, and she goes and sits by Shamea, and she was like, girl, what's up? What's going on? So they start talking, and they're not talking low enough. But she's asking her, like, what's the problem? She was like, well, she said if we felt safe to lay down, and I don't feel safe laying down. I knew she wasn't going to lay down. Because right before that, Kelli and Shamea were talking, and Kelli told Shamea what Angela went back. Everybody is telling everybody what everybody is saying. Nobody is holding on to nothing. So Shamea is acting like, I can't believe Porsha is talking about me behind my back. How are you surprised? That's what I'm saying. I don't understand what Shamea be acting like. Girl, and then what I don't like what Shamea did, okay? So when they start talking, their voice is elevated. Porsha gets up and it's like, shh.
That I don't feel peace, especially not right by the person that's not bringing me peace.
Shh. Shh. And then she lays back down. Like she literally like rolled her eyes and laid back down. And you could still kind of hear them talking loud. And she was like, I don't feel safe. She was like, go back. She was like, why'd you come over here? She was like, because you weren't meditating. And so she said, Kelli seems like she's a good friend. Like she'd be checking on people. You know what I'm saying? So she goes over there and she says, I just don't feel comfortable. She said to lay down, I don't feel comfortable. So then everybody gets up. So then they start going around the circle, you direct your statement or your comment to another person and tell them what's up. So Angela goes to Porsha. I'm glad we were able to meet the other day. I'm glad we were able to say, I think, did Porsha apologize? Or they say, we're working towards our friendship. We're going to work towards our friendship. We're going to, start anew. Then it goes to Kelli. Kelli goes, I really admire Porsha and Shamea. I really want y'all to talk about whatever is going on in your relationship. I really need y'all to talk about it. And then Shamea goes, what's going on? Did she say something like that? Like Shamea is acting like what people are taking back to Porsha is not real. And this is why I said on Twitter, in DV situations, people don't like to get involved. When the abuser and the abused are in conflict and the abused goes and tells people about what the abuser is doing. And then when everybody gets in the same place and somebody brings it up and tells what the abused has shared, the abused acts like they don't know. I didn't say that. That's not what I said. That's not what I meant. I didn't say that. I didn't say it like that. That's not what happened. And who even said that I said anything? That is everything that Shamea is doing. Like completely denying that you were running your mouth to everybody, telling them that how you feel about your relationship with Porsha.
I receive what you're saying, and I hate that she feels like that.
I haven't talked yet, so I don't know who said that.
I do find it odd that after Shamea's been married for 10 years. Your friend didn't come to your wedding, and the excuse that she gave, Porsha sits up and she says, like, what? She was like, I didn't come to your wedding because she said something. And then Shamea goes, you gave a different excuse. Somebody found the scene. I love it. Episode and scene. I love when they pull the files out on you hoes. They found the episode and scene of why Porsha said she didn't go to Shamea's wedding.
You're supposed to be in the wedding. Figure that shit out. Porsha has dogged Shamea out, treated her like and now she doesn't even want to go to the girl's wedding. So to me, I'm like, you really need her as your friend?
Like, physically, I just can't do it in coach.
Why don't you go to the doctor?
You know when I passed out at the nail shop.
She has been milking this whole.
I'm supposed to, Shamea.
Okay, put me on y'all's payroll. Okay, so help me understand the condition. Oh my God, I can't.
I sent you the whole thing on it.
I know, I was mad. I didn't read it.
Oh, that's not nice.
So she told Shamea she couldn't go because she had a condition. And Carmen said, oh, she says she can't have her legs down because she's used to having them up. Everybody knows the girl's a whore. That's the crazy part. I think that girl, let me shut up. But yeah, everybody knows what it is. And Shamea, I don't like that Shamea acted like she didn't say anything to these people. That's not what I said. What you mean? That's not what I said. And then here, let me go back to my notes. Hold on. Let me go back to my notes. Hold on. She says, I said, you know what Shamea does? I said that she's acting like she's confused about what was being said when it's brought up. In other words, I don't want y'all. I don't know why she did that. Why are you telling us stuff about you and Porsha? We need y'all to talk about this. And then you hear Angela was like, yeah, we just, it does seem like it's kind of lopsided. We're all watching it. It's all out on the table. Stop acting like we're not seeing what we're seeing, and stop acting like you're not coming to us, telling us about how you feel about your relationship with Porsha. And even Angela was like, okay, go ahead and get it out, because Porsha and Shamea started going back and forth about this wedding thing. It's like, and then even Porsha turns around and says, why are y'all attacking our friendship? Just like an abuser does when they are being confronted with what the abuse has shared with everybody. Why are y'all attacking our relationship? And then now they're a united front all of a sudden. Like, yeah, why y'all attacking our relationship? Bitch, you the one that told us the motherfucker was abusing you. What the fuck are you talking about? That's the vibe. That's the vibe. And then so when they're trying to talk about, of course, Portia's talking over Shamea. Shamea's just like, whatever, forget it. She was like, yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, I told you I'm a piece of shit. See, I'm the piece of shit. You are a piece of shit, Porsha. Thank you for reiterating and reaffirming what I've always thought about you.
Chosen to give grace.
Thank you for your grace.
That was very sarcastic. So.
Nah, I'm a piece of shit. Nah, it's cool.
Thank you for telling me who you are. I've always known, and I was just waiting for you to say it for everybody. You're a piece of shit. You are. You said it, not me. I am agreeing with you. Obviously, Porsha's emotional IQ is low with the rest of her quotients. Why is she running out of scenes? Why is she running out of scenes? I don't get it. Somebody says Shamea is living the lifestyle that Porsha has been whoring herself around for decades to attain. I said, what did Drea say? Y'all were all whores before y'all got a ring, or something like that. But let's be very clear. Shamea hit a jackpot. Yeah. Carmen says she can't sit down on a plane that long with her legs down. They're used to being up all the time. That's what Carmen said. Carmen. Because Mama Joyce want to drag Carmen down the street. Did I say your mother was in the gutter? Well, you implied it. Anyways, y'all, that was the end of the episode. So we're going to see next week. Shamea sits down with Porsha to talk about their relationship. And Porsha gets up and walks out of the scene once again.
Tired? Am I boring you?
You better get to running, ho. That's what girl, that's y'all girl. Y'all love Porsha to death. Y'all love Porsha down. She's so fine. she's so fun. She's running around. Angela said, I'm not inviting nobody to my house that threatened to fuck my husband. I'm not going to be like Fallon. Sorry, girl. You're not going to be able to fist bump Charles Oakley, bitch. You're not going to be able to do nothing in my house. That's why we went to the rental house. So that was the end of the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I just do not like what Shamea did, but a lot of people do that, and I attribute that to Shamea not wanting to make Porsha mad because she's known Porsha for so long, and she's seen how Porsha gets revenge on people. She has seen Portia's conniving ways, so she's aware that it can be turned on her. That's why she chooses her battles. I think for major life events like a marriage or it was another life event that Shamea had that Porsha didn't go to. I know it was the marriage, the wedding. She didn't go to the wedding, but she went to the American wedding. And she was like, I don't even know if you didn't want to go. She was like, oh, she said we were beefing. That's what she said. Porsha said, we were beefing. That's why I didn't go to your wedding. And she was like, I didn't even know we were beefing. Somebody pulled the tape and she said it was because she was flying coach. She didn't want to fly coach. And then even Shamea said, well, I already told you we would have paid for you. So girl, I got the HVAC man, the HVAC king. We would have paid for your trip to come to, was it Kenya? Where were they getting married? I don't know. In Africa, wherever. I think, was it Kenya? Oh no, he's is he Kenyan? I think so. I don't know. Y'all will correct me in the comments. I know y'all will. So wherever he's from, that's where they went, had the wedding. Porsha didn't go, but she came to she was in the American wedding, is what Shamea is saying. I don't know. I haven't seen a picture or nothing. But Porsha's saying she didn't go because they were having beef. But then we see the videotape from the episode where she said it's because she can't sit on a plane for that long. And she has her condition. Girl, if you don't put you on some compression socks and go to your friend's wedding, for me, I've had a long-term relationship with a friend, a woman friend, that ended after 15, 16 years. It is a very difficult, it's like breaking up with a partner. I think those relationships are harder to break up with because you really have seen this person in different vulnerable states. So you have a different relationship with them. So it is difficult. But for me, I think if you don't come to my wedding, if you sit there, there's so many things. Even Candy, this is an old episode. Even Candy saying, Porsha treats you like shit and you still there looking stupid. And I really want Shamea, and I don't even like the way Shamea be talking in her interviews, how she be like, girl, because I don't know. I mean, girl, you didn't want to come to my wedding because you said you did. We were beefing. I didn't even know we was beefing. Whatever, girl. Whatever, girl. Girl, you acting like
to be had and not even mention it to me. That hurts. That hurts.
You do all this, but not in front of her. When you get in front of her, it's like, girl, who even said that? Didn't nobody even say all of that? Who even said all of that? Girl, we are getting a pulse of your relationship by what you say, how she treats you, and how y'all interact together. Porsha goes, yeah, I'm just a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit. You are a piece of shit. You are a piece of shit friend. Everybody can see it. Shamea sees it, but she don't want to let go of the relationship because y'all know where the bodies are buried. And instead of in a relationship like that, instead of creating conflict to dissolve the relationship, you actually just back away from, you stop putting effort, you stop feeding the relationship. You understand? You don't have to fall out with somebody. Like, they didn't even have to do this. What Shamea should have done with Porsha is slowly back away from the relationship. It's giving back away. That's what the fuck you should have did, bitch. It's giving look away. You should have looked away and backed away while you was encouraging your friend to marry a Nigerian scammer who's been scamming since 1981, since y'all was in pull-ups and riding around in pull-up pissy diapers and tricycles. You encouraged her. That's why I said Ronnie and Trix. I ain't fooled by Shamea. But girl, you need to reevaluate that relationship. And I truly believe she doesn't want to break up with Porsha because Porsha is a conniving. We saw the way what she did with Dennis. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good for your daughter. What? Are you threatening this man with the daughter if he films with Drew and then you sit down with Ralph and ask him questions about his divorce? What? I'm so confused, girl. I am so confused. I'm so confused. But Shamea, we'll see. She was on Watch What Happens Live talking about, yeah, I guess we're not as close right now because whoop de wop bam, and we're not like this, we're like this. That's what she said. We're not like this, we're like this. Okay, Shamela. Somebody said, no, Porsha, you said you couldn't go to Shamela's wedding in Kenya because you couldn't fly coach. Remember now, please. Right. Here it is.
Let me see. Let me get one of these notes here. Let's see. What letter I need.
That's Carmen and Candy at the same table laughing at Porsha. Carmen's digging in her purse, talking about what doctor's excuse do I have? What ailment do I have? What note do I have? Here she go. Listen.
Porsha, you're telling me you're not coming to my wedding. Yeah, but I'm telling you something about my health. It's not the flight. The bottom line is you're not coming. Well, she can't sit on the plane that long with her legs down. They used to being up all the time. I can't with you. I wish that Porsha would just be honest and say that she doesn't want to go, because clearly she goes everywhere else that she wants to go, medical condition and all. And Mom will say no often.
Medical condition and all. So some of it, Carmen need to have really shut the fuck up. Like Joyce already was finna drag your ass like a rag doll in the comments. Carmen doing too much. Don't make me call Mama Joyce. Carmen got some nerve considering her bestie's mama tried to beat her ass. I never understood why she couldn't buy a first class ticket after openly admitting she couldn't afford it. Like, what are you even saying? At one point, she said the tickets were too expensive, girl. Just lying, because you're not really her friend, and y'all are in a relationship of convenience and like it's you feel obliged to stay in the relationship because of the length of the relationship, and it's rotten, sour, mildew. It's just spoiled. It's time to put it out. It's time to put it out. It's giving Old Yeller. It's giving put it out. It's fucking misery, girl. Anyways, y'all, let's get down in the comments. Let me know what you think of the relationship. Let me know what you think about Angela going around letting everybody know what everybody else is saying. I love it. I think it's perfect. Anyways, y'all, I gotta go. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.